carnival arts organisation based in Moseley in the UK, and we've been creating parading work for many years. And in 1998 we took part in Coreografies and took a giant dragon over to Barcelona. When we heard that Manchester had partnered with Barcelona for the Mercè festival, we thought, what an amazing opportunity to kind of do that again. So we decided that we would try to create a partnership with artists from Barcelona. We're creating two different giants. Giant queen bee in the form of a gigant, representing Manchester, because the bee is the symbol of Manchester. And we'll also be creating a beast, so this is in the form of a worker bee, which will be mounted on a pedalled kind of contraption to move it through the streets and take part in the different events in Barcelona. We haven't had like a final design, we've just tried to bring together everybody's different ideas. Both Barcelona and Manchester share textiles heritage, and we're building these bees in a textiles mill. The beast and the gigant will have textiles themes that work through the costume of the gigant and into the body of the bee, representing different cultures and different ideas and different perspectives, and we wanted to try and bring those two ideas together through the design of the project. This is a welded structure. The body of the piece has been created by Dave, who's a kind of expert in welding and expert in mechanical engineering, and this will be covered in hand-painted silk that's then encapsulated in resin, which will hopefully give an effect a little bit like stained glass. And the motifs that run through the body and run through those designs. The head is being made very, very traditionally by Pau. All of those elements are going to be bolted together, and then that will sit on quite high, around 4 meters high, on a chassis that will be pedalled by two different cyclists. So to actually turn the beast, you will need to have quite good communication between those two cyclists.
La Dolors i jo estem creant dues figures per aquest intercanvi entre Manchester i Barcelona, i el que estem fent concretament és crear els caps de la geganta i de la bèstia. Llavors aquí teniu el cap de la bèstia, que és una abella, i la geganta també és una abella, però és una abella reina. He agafat imatges d'abelles, no? I he mirat quina és l'anatomia, la morfologia de l'insecte, i a partir d'aquí vaig posar en contacte amb el Dave, que és el noi que fa tota la part de l'estructura, i llavors vam treure les proporcions, les mides que havia de tenir aquest cap. Una cosa molt enriquidora que ens aporta el fet de treballar amb altres artistes d'altres disciplines és que podem dotar aquestes figures de certs moviments o d'altres complements que si els haguéssim de fer nosaltres al nostre taller ens costarien bastant. Llavors amb aquesta abella li sortiran dues antenes d'aquí que també tindran un moviment i serà el mateix portador o la mateixa persona que vagi en bicicleta serà la que mourà aquestes antenes de l'abella.
És que és buscar una abella humanitzada. Ha de ser una reina simbòlica de la classe obrera tèxtil d'aquí a Manchester. No volien, per exemple, una cara de dona anglesa fineta, sinó una abella humanitzada. Aquí està en procés, però en el projecte es veu potenciat tot el que és la textura del rusc, dels hexàgons, del rusc, totes les pestanyes i la part de dalt també fan referència als pèls de l'abella i les antenes. Portarà el cor amb elements de mecanismes i també amb llum. I llavors anirà amb unes robes que estan fent ara amb voluntaris que ho tenyeixen i anirà amb tot de motius simbòlics de Manchester i de Barcelona.
It's representing the worker bee in Manchester as part of the Manchester Industrial Revolution and what the worker bee means as the people who made all of the textiles and cloth that went to the rest of the world. Related to Barcelona's textile and industry, the queen bee is representing all the female leaders in terms of protest and suffrage, feminism and the start of women's rights. The batik that we're doing right now is going to be these big panels that come off the queen bee's waist. So we've got textiles from all over the world, because Manchester created textiles that were then exported to the rest of the world, as did Barcelona. So it's like how all of those textiles come together, and we've got inspiration from different textiles and patterns. And we've also brought in cogs as well, and the cogs representing industry. So we've got the cotton in here, and then we've got the honeycomb and bees as well itself. So the honeycomb, obviously what the bee creates. It's about the worker bee and the queen bee and how they work together and how one doesn't exist without the other one. So usually as well from worker bees, they decide who the queen bee is, and the queen bee is like created from the worker bees and given that leadership to then lead all the worker bees, which are all female. So we have women, it's a very female heavy project. So we are hand painting it all with wax, and then we will paint the silk with a dye, and then we'll steam them, rinse them, and then we're going to encapsulate them in resin, and that will form parts of the bee. So the bee will have all of those influences from around the world.